All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
Oh, here we go.
Oh shit. You're right to go.
Hello, everybody. We're here at G.W.R. tonight. Heck, I don't even know the date, Chris. It's what, the 15th? The 15th of July. Every time you go to talk, you choke to death now. What the hell's the deal? You can't be having stage fright 3 years in. What the hell?
Damn.
This was your show. You asked us all of this.
Every show we do now, he chokes to death right when he gets ready to start.
I think it's the allergies because Kelly will do that. I'll get that. She'll go forever. Then I'll ask her something. She'll get that. I think it has to do with the allergies.
He's been, but he didn't cough one time and got ready to talk, and now he can't talk. He's choking to death. Well, we're off to a great
I think it
start.
says humidity.
It very well could be.
Well, Justin, we're all doing good other than Chris. He's
Yeah,
choking to
Justin,
death.
you ready to party? You want me to start rubbing salt into the wounds? You ready to
Oh,
party on
party.
Saturday?
There's gonna be a party on Saturday.
Party on Saturday.
Party on Saturday?
Yeah, they're in Kokomo.
Yeah, he is. He's taking on Party Boy.
Party boy
Preston
there.
Breaker.
Yep.
Red Solo Cup Day.
Well, let's get started. We'll get started with our independent wrestling report. Excuse me, I can't talk. Marcus went to a show on Friday. We was at a show Saturday, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Marcus, if you want to go.
Yeah. All right. Friday night at the Dub. Oh, I'd say 40 people. But they had a pretty good show. Second half was better than the first. But still a good show. Opening bout saw Pogo defeat the Water Boy. TJ Powers defeated Kurt Bousset. Jackson Morgan defeated Elijah Eros. Carter Kaufman won over Leela Feast via submission. David Light defeated Logan Myers to retain his Gunslinger Championship. That was a good match. All right, give me a second. I got to see how I wrote this down. Okay, Brody and Hadari. Bruiser Brody, I wish. Brody Botkins and Hadari defeated Johnny Blaze and Mike Noble via count out because they said they'd had enough and they just left. Phoenix defeated a guy I had not seen before known as the Hillbilly Luchador. Now, he has a name that went after that, but I couldn't understand it. But it was the Hillbilly Luchador. New tag team champions. Kenneth James and Jordan James defeated Ruthless Domination. Special guest referee number 1 was Mike Noble. They thought that since Cameron Saturn got to be the special guest referee the week before, that they get to pick a special guest referee, and they picked Mike Noble, but he got the shit knocked out of him. So here comes Johnny Blaze as referee number 2, and Skull Crusher accidentally smacked him with his kendo stick. So out come Tommy Two Shoes, and after he got everybody out of the way, here come Skull Crusher and smacked the back of, I think it was Hammer, and we have new tag team champions. Main event, very well. Non-title match, but Maliko defeated Zay Gates. Non-title match. So pretty good show.
Yeah, it sounded like that second half really kicked some butt.
Second half was really good.
I like what WCW is doing there with Light and the open challenges, and the guys they're bringing in for the open challenges. I think that's pretty interesting. They're building up. They got 3 or 4 young guys there. You know, it's been wrestling for a year and a half, and they're the champions, and they're really building them up. And I really like what they're doing over there.
What's up, Mr. Bell?
Yeah, real quick,
Your house is
Mr.
in the
Bell
house. Yeah, Mr. House is in the house too.
and Mr. House. Everybody later on tonight, I don't remember the time. If they're on here, they can let us know. They got a big interview tonight with Donovan Dijak, who just left the WWE. And they'll be talking later tonight with them. I think it's 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, but they might be able to tell you. But you can check out on Facebook and stuff, Hollywood House podcast and stuff.
It's 9 o'clock tonight.
9 o'clock tonight. Yeah, big interview. I'll be watching Raw and checking that out at the same time. We're trying to cut into my Monday Night Raw time. Come on, guys.
Well, Justin Danger, you go ahead and take an open invitation. I'd like to see Justin Danger and David Light. That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be.
Big Lynn, I will not see you on Sunday, but the other two should, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I will be in Sharpsville.
Yeah, you'll be Sharpsville.
Covering Sharpsville.
Starting to
So
get used to
I'm saying
Sharpsville.
that.
Wait a minute. Is it
Oklahoma
Sunday
Open.
or Saturday?
Saturday. Saturday.
No, Fair Fight Saturday.
So you had me confused there. for a minute.
Yeah, just put Laurel on mute.
That should be a great interview. So definitely check that out with them guys over there. They're put on some great shows. I try to check them out every time I can. Every time I notice that they're on, I'm checking them out. They do a great job over there. Okay, well, we'll get started. Still got our show on Saturday at Bike Fest that we went to there at, what's the name of that fairgrounds, Chris? Do you remember? Hancock County here in Greenfield. And first time for us to be into Biker Fest. And I tell you what, I think the Biker Fest committee did a great job over there. Had great food trucks over there. They had great entertainment with the bike demonstrations and the bands. I thought it was really well set up. I thought the wrestling went pretty well. Did have a rain shower that maybe dampened things a little bit, but the crowd seemed to come back there for that last show. And so it missed. It just started just barely raining there during the second show, but it had some great action. Alex and them guys did a great job. Drew in some big crowds for the wrestling. I thought they did good. Of course, we got to see NWA wrestler just signed. Help me with the name, Chris.
Eric Smalls.
Eric Smalls did an outstanding job. He was there all day long signing autographs and things, and it was pretty awesome. And I'd never seen Shadowcat before, and me and Chris was really impressed with Shadowcat. He was very good also. So it was a fun show. And
There's Mike Noel, guest referee Mike Noel. He didn't do very well, but he's still here.
Hey guys, we'd come on anytime. Just let us know. Sometimes we're busy doing shows on Sunday, but sometimes we're not. Yeah, it was a good show. Chris, what did you think of Saturday's show?
Saturday show, I thought it was pretty good. Like you said, the festival, I thought they done a good job with that. The rain, I think the crowd would have been a little bit bigger for the last show. It's still, like you said, a lot of people were there, but I think there was quite a few people that left once that rain came through, and I think it might have scared some people from coming later that evening. I think
there'd have been a bigger crowd later, because even after the wrestling show, they had the main band playing, and there wasn't a lot of people there for that. So I think that rain did hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, and then they also had a fireworks show, which we didn't stay for. But no, I thought the wrestling was good. Got to see Shadowcat. That's the first time I'd ever seen him. He was impressive.
Yeah, he was.
Eric Smalls, we've been seeing him for, I don't know, we're talking probably close to 20 years, 17 to 20 years that we've seen him. And then, of course, getting to see IK3, you know, he's one of my favorites. Getting to see him, and getting to see Logan Myers. Hadn't seen him in a while, so it was a good Saturday.
Both of them working the crowd. Of course, the King was there, and the King had the crowd going. He was outstanding. It was a very good show. So Alex and them should be proud, and I'm sure they'll be back there again next year. Hopefully, we will be too. Well, next up, we're gonna do our little bit of wrestling recap. We've got a lot of wrestling news this week. I'm going to start off with Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, 2 nights ago, Raw. It was a great show. It was a go through some things that happened. One of the first things that happened on the show was the Wyatt 6 video plays, and Bo had that interview segment with Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. I love what they're doing there. I think it's a lot of fun. I know people are getting a little impatient, wanting to move faster, but I don't think it's something that you can rush. And I don't know if you noticed today, Chris. Pat McAfee on his show got a tape.
I didn't see him get the tape, but at the end of the show when I was watching it, he did mention it. Mentioned the box.
A box was sitting on his table that was towards the end of the show from the Wyatt 6. So I think that's interesting. I don't know why they keep targeting McAfee. So
I think something was going to happen when they were in Indy at that Raw.
I do too.
And then McAfee's father-in-law passed away,
Yep.
and he wasn't there and stuff. So now I think they had to switch it up a little bit, and now they're going to do it. Now they're going to do what they were going to do, but they just got pushed back, and probably changed a little bit. That's probably why these boxes are showing up.
And
yes, hypocrisy. That was on today on McAfee.
And after that tape played, Gable was in the hallway, and he sees Adam Pearce, and he's complaining to Adam Pearce that, hey, man, they're out to get me. I need some help. And Adam Pearce, in a way, said, I've doubled security. That's all I can do. We're going to basically pretty much blew him off and said, you're going to have to fend for yourself. So he leaves. Well, then Adam Pearce opens up his door and goes into the office, and there sits Bo Dallas sitting in a chair there in the office. So I think that's interesting. So we'll see what continues to happen there. And I thought it was very well done. I liked the segment. And then from there, the other thing that stood out to me, we had a tag team match to close the show. Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus Rey Mysterio and Selena Vega. Thought it was pretty well done. Dom got the pin, of course, from help from Liv. And after that happens, Dom is so happy he hugs Liv. And then all of a sudden he realizes what he's doing. He pulls away from her. And then Liv jumps up in his arms and is on top of him. And they're about ready to kiss. And all of a sudden, Liv Morgan. Music hits.
Not Liv Morgan.
Excuse me.
Rhea.
Ripley. I can't talk and you choke to death. So, yeah, Rhea Ripley's music hits. Mommy's back. And it was pretty interesting. Of course, Liv takes off. She don't want no part of it. And Dom's wanting to try to make up with explain herself, and she's not hearing any of it. And he tries to hug her, and she basically pushes him away. And later on, they showed some more footage where he's following her out of the building or down the ramp and stuff, and she won't have anything to do with him. But I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought it was well done. Marks, did you see that video?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I watched the main event. I liked the way the ending ended, how Liv helped Dom win the match. I thought that was that setup for that ending was really well done. And they played that really well with Liv pulling Dom down on top of her, and here come Rhea, and that was good.
Yeah, I thought it was the timing was spot on.
Beautiful, yeah, it was.
That was timed out real well.
Boxer Jones
and the facial expressions of Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio were on point.
Outstanding. Liv's becoming, I think, the star that maybe they hoped that she was going to be a couple years ago. Dom has been the key to Judgment Day, in my opinion. He's been the whole key and other people part of Judgment Day have said that. He's the key that made Judgment Day go. So, Boxer Jones thinks that Pierce might be a part of the Wyatt 6.
I was going to ask you about that once you got done talking about that.
It could be. You never know. But yeah, I'm looking forward tonight. Rhea's going to be back. She's going to be on. I wouldn't be surprised if she don't open up the show. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I enjoyed Raw this week. Thought it was a good show. Next up, real quick, NWA Power. Pretty good show. We had Blunt Force Trauma against the Immortals, and Immortals get the upset victory over the tag team champions. The title's not on the line, but now they'll be in the finals. The Immortals will be against the Southern Six for the Crockett Cup Championship. I believe that's going to air tomorrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to air tomorrow.
And the Mortals also, and I think the Southern Six is already signed, but the Mortals just signed a contract with them. I did hear an interview with Joe Alonzo. He did not re-sign with them. He said most of the contracts that they're offering, he didn't think was enough money for him. Most of them are a year and a half. So it sounds like most of the contracts are 18 months.
Well, you
But
kind of got that idea when he did that documentary series we watched.
oh, yeah, the NWA on Billy Corgan.
Yeah, he kind of
Welcome
made
to
a
Carnegie.
statement that they were not having real. I kind of got the idea they weren't going to do like long term wrestlers, that they were going to rotate them in and out in like an 18-month, 2-year period where everything didn't get stale. You're watching the same guys over and over. You're going to get a lot of new talent. To do that, you've got to have. You can't put everybody. You can't be like WCW and have everybody on your roster. You got to like let some go and bring some in. So I kind of got that from that docuseries. So
I do believe that the Blunt for the Mortals and Southern Six should be a good match for the finals.
yes.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. Moving on to the next match, you had Mims against Baron Von Storm. I believe you the same as me, Marcus. Tim Storm is probably 60-some years old. I believe his time has passed. I know what they're going.
I'll give you my comments here when you're done.
I know they're going for that Baron Von Raschke type feel with Baron Von Storm. I just don't think that works right now. I that's one I think that's a miss right now for me. And you got Mims and a good young talent. That's a miss for me. What do you think, Marcus?
I think it was horseshit. When I seen him, I thought, okay, what are we doing? He's trying to be Gunther by his stance, the way he stood, kind of reminded me of Gunther. Baron Von Raschke and Fritz Von Erich. It's like, are they trying to roll them three into one guy? That is, I'm into history and all, and like a good history, but that's not for this time. If it's time to move on from that type of.
Well, I think if you're going to do it, you do it with a younger talent, not a 65-year-old man.
And that always threatening the claw, and no, I was not impressed with that guy at all. It's like he was doing too much. I can't think of the word. Gimmick infringement.
I was not a fan. I will say that. Then we had a NWA Women's Championship match with the champ Kenzie Page and her former partner Ellen Envy. I thought it was a pretty good match. Page won and retained. They've got a lot of good young women there in
they do.
NWA. So I thought that was good. I thought that was definitely a plus.
I agree.
Real quick, coming up tomorrow on that show, it's going to be a good show. People, I'm telling you, go to CW app. It's free. Check it out. You're going to have the finals of the Crockett Cup. You're going to have the NWA Women's Tag Team Championship match on there. And then you also got EC3, NWA World Champion, taking on Sam Adonis. And some people may not be aware, but Sam Adonis is the brother of Corey Graves, who's the announcer for WWE. And he's went on to do big things over in Mexico. He's held belts over there. He's a very good wrestler. So that should be a real good match. Should be a really good show. So people check out the NWA. I think they're moving in the right direction. I think this CW deal has been good for them. And so definitely check that out. Next up, real quick, NXT. All Ego Ethan Page, who just won the championship at that past pay-per-view last week. He is the fastest wrestler to win the NXT championship ever. He won it in 40 days. Before that, it was Kevin Owens first coming in, and he beat Kevin Owens by 3 weeks. So I think they're definitely high on Ethan Ego Page. I've always liked him. I think he does a good job. He came out. He did a pretty good promo to start the show. And then you got all 4 guys that was in that main event match out there. And it all kind of hell broke loose. They started fighting and stuff. Next up, we had Wes Lee in the ring. And a lot of people speculating that Wes Lee was going to quit wrestling because he was upset because he lost his championship chance and his only championship chance at the North American title. And he was upset. Well, all of a sudden music hits, and it's the Rascals. And the Rascals are from Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling. Zachary Wentz was also Wesley's partner in NXT before some stuff happened. We won't go into that, but some stuff happened, and he ended up being let go. He went back to TNA and reformed with Trey Miguel, who's a very good wrestler also, and part of the Rascals. And so they show up, and they're going to be teaming up some. And matter of fact, they'll be on the show. Rascals, all three of them, will be tagging in a 6-man tag on the show tomorrow night. We have Trick Williams and Javon Evans scheduled to wrestle Ethan Page and Shawn Spears in the main event. But Javon Evans got took out in the back and took out of the match after being injured. So Trick's going to need a partner. Well, we get to the main event, and all of a sudden the music hits, and it's none other than Joe Henry. And that crowd went crazy. And not only that, it was a pretty good match, but Joe Henry got the pinfall. I think that was big for him to get the pinfall over Spears. I thought it was a really interesting show, and I thought it was a strong show. Marcus, I believe you got to see Joe Henry. I don't think you had seen much of Joe Henry before.
No, I hadn't seen Joe Henry, but I loved it.
Yep.
I loved it.
Who's Joe Henry?
He's
man, you really don't know, or you being a smart ass? You really don't know?
Yeah.
I watched that match, but before that, I did not know
him
who
either. Okay, I didn't know him either.
Yeah,
I didn't know who he was going into watching before I watched that.
He's been in Impact Wrestling for I probably noticed him 6 months to a year ago. He's big on he does his own music. That song he comes out to is him singing, and actually he's charted on iTunes. Actually, I read a story where they said at one point he actually beat Taylor Swift on iTunes. She was number one, and he unseated her as number one for a little while, and so that's crazy. He's really good on social.
That guy's gold.
Really good on social media.
Oh yeah, I thought he was good. I just didn't know who. I'll
take it back. I didn't either, Chris, until I seen him. I thought maybe you didn't see the video package and all that, but
yeah.
Because
I liked it. I thought the entrance was good. I thought everything about it was good on there. But I just, like I said, I didn't know who he was going into it. But yeah, the crowd went crazy when that music hit.
They did for the Rascals and for Joe Henry. I mean, how often on another show are you gonna get a TNA chant? And you're getting TNA chants on an NXT show. I mean, and I think they're doing really well with that stuff. I skipped over something. Trying to skip over AEW, Chris. Can you believe that?
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be all right. I like Justin's comment because Mr. Party did a promo this week too. I thought was gold, and
yes, it was.
Justin doesn't think so, but I think it was fantastic.
Yeah, Big Glenn's loving him some Joe Henry too. I know that for a fact. So, I can't skip over AEW Dynamite because I don't normally put them over. They had a really, really strong show this week. Had a great opening match with Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup. Jeff Jarrett was a special enforcer. The referee gets knocked out, and Jarrett ends up being the ref, and Bryan Danielson got the win, and he'll be in the main event against Swerve at All In. So I think that'll be a good main event there over in England. That'll be coming up towards the end of August. And then we had Mariah May up against Willow Nightingale in the Women's Owen Hart Cup. And it was a good match, pretty solid match, but Mariah won the match and will move on to take on the champ over there in England, which is Toni Storm. Toni Storm, which is the mentor of Mariah May. And they go up the ramp and they are celebrating. And out of nowhere, Mariah May turns on Toni Storm, beats the crap out of her, got her bleeding. And the ending part of that, well, she takes that shoe and just starts hitting her in the head. And I mean, Toni Storm was a mess. I mean, a mess. A really good segment, really good storytelling at the end. That's been a lot of people's. Toni Storm's been the best story they got. To me, that should probably be the main event of the show over. Now I'm going to choke over in England. But I was really impressed with that. Marcus, I'll let you give your feelings on that while I get a drink of water.
All right, well, first thing I was going to say is your spell checking sucks because you had Miracle May. That's what come up, so it had to be your spell checking.
Yeah.
Because that's what I put in. But you two
Yeah.
pulled it up. I thought that was fantastic. I love the shoe part. Now, did she relinquish the belt? Because she left without the belt. She clobbered her with the belt, and she left the belt and walked away. Did she give up the belt, or did she just forget to grab it and take it with her?
I think she forgot the Owen Hart belt was one that I think she had. I think she forgot to take it with her. But
I noticed they kind of bloodied her up a little more when they shot the backstage episode.
Yeah.
She had a lot more blood all over, but yeah, that was gold.
It was
That's
very
my
well done.
term, I guess, gold. But yeah, I'm
I
glad
thought it was
you
really
told me
good. Only thing on it, only thing I thought could have been different is I thought she hit her with the belt too soon. Like Storm was just starting to get up there, and she was already coming at her. I think she could have let her kind of got up there, and that could have happened just a little bit later. But other than that, I thought it was awesome. That part, like you're talking about, when she had that shoe,
Yeah,
Storm selling was awesome.
Yeah.
with
Storm's
that heel,
fantastic.
yeah. Ooh.
And see, most people thought it was
But
going to
I
be.
thought she kind of went towards Storm a little too quick when they got up there by the belt and stuff. But and then the one dude, Luther or whatever,
Yeah.
he can't take a hit. That dude was
Yeah,
he was turted. He wasn't staying in there.
No, he didn't stay in there. And he's a death match guy from Japan.
Yeah, it didn't look like he wanted to get hit.
No, he probably done hit enough from Japan. He said, "The hell with that."
And then you didn't mention about how she rubbed her face. Did she kiss her or just rub her face on her to get the blood off
He
of her?
rubbed her face.
Because I couldn't tell if
Cheek
she
to cheek.
kissed her
Yeah,
and then
cheek to
rubbed her
cheek.
face.
That's something they've been doing a lot with cheek to cheek. They had been doing in the past. The interesting thing was that most people thought that Tony, because Tony's been the crowd cheers her, but she's supposed to be a heel, and Mariah has been kind of the servant type. A lot of people thought Toni Storm was going to beat the hell out of her, and because Mariah May is from England, they thought she was going to go to England and be the big face, and they did it the opposite way, which I think Toni Storm's also from England. So you got two. So I think it's going to be a great match, and I hope they keep that build up. And heck, it could be the main event as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and then they could do hardcore and everything else because they're not afraid to bleed or hit each other.
Oh no.
Bring it on.
But it was very well done. It was a good show. They had a really good show this week. Next up, we had SmackDown on Friday night. We had Tiffany Stratton and Bayley open the show. It was a pretty good segment, not bad. We did have a good match with Michin taking on Nia Jax. Nia Jax won that match. But I do want to say Michin's been getting a lot of TV time between NXT and SmackDown. The wins ain't been a lot of wins. She's been getting some good wins, but she's getting a lot of TV time. I think she's looking really good. So I hope that they can go to the next level with her. I like what she's doing in the ring. Nia Jax has also been since she's came back, she's been very good in the ring. I know a lot of people give her a hard time, but she's been doing very well. And she'll be in SmackDown, at SummerSlam, taking on Bayley, it looks like right now, as I don't know if it'll be the main event, but it'll be a championship match there at SummerSlam. Then we had DIY defending their titles against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and they defended the titles. They won the match, but then out of nowhere, Jacob Fatu comes out and basically attacks everybody, all the tag team guys, beats the hell out of all four of them, destroys everybody. Then the rest of the bloodline comes out, calls out Cody Rhodes. A lot of people are giving Cody a hard time. Why would you come out there by yourself? Evidently, a lot of people don't understand the old way. How many times did Dusty Rhodes come out by himself? He always came out by himself and got the hell beat out of him. So they continue that. Cody got destroyed, but not only that, Randy did come out to try to help Cody, and he got destroyed. And they tied up Cody into the ropes and made him watch as they destroyed Randy. And that's how the show went off the air. I thought it was basically a showcase to show off Jacob Fatu and to make Soda look strong. So, and I think they did a pretty good job of it. So I thought it was pretty good. Okay, we got some wrestling news and notes here. I had a lot of stuff going on. First of all, though, I did want to plug something. This Thursday night, probably on Thriller TV, It used to be Fight TV. People might want to check this out. It'll be Game Changer Wrestling, Believe in Me, from Louisville, Kentucky. It's going to feature one of Indiana's own, Rachel Armstrong, and she'll be wrestling Billy Starks, who wrestled a lot here in Indiana. I don't think she's technically from Indiana. I think
No, Billy from Louisville.
Louisville. She wrestled a lot in Indiana, and they'll be wrestling each other, and it'll be Rachel's Game Changer debut. So definitely check it out. Also, Hoodfoot, who's from Indiana, he'll be, I believe, in the be on the show. I don't know if it's the main event, and also Mance Warner. I don't know if he's from Indiana, but I do know he wrestled a lot here.
He worked around here too.
A lot.
Trained by Billy Rock.
Trained by Billy Rock. So he'll also be on that show. So some Indiana ties there, something that people definitely could check out. So be interesting.
Jason?
Hey, how's it going, Jason?
Hey, Jason. Next up, TNA and NXT partnership. You got Joe Henry. You got the Rascals. You've had Jordan and Grace on there. We've had a lot of NXT wrestlers going over and appearing in TNA. What do you guys think about the partnership? I mean, I think it's smart on both parties. Some people think that NXT, WWE is getting the better of the deal. I'm not so sure about that. TNA is number one program of all programs on Access TV. I know they're only averaging about 100,000 or a little bit more, but the average show on Access is only 35,000 people. What the average show does on there, and also you can pay for a service of TNA Plus and watch shows on there, plus watch the library of TNA for, I don't know, $10 a month or something like that, and that includes the shows also now. And real quick, also on TNA, I did want to say that they've got a big pay-per-view coming up Saturday, Slammiversary in Montreal, Quebec. They have sold out over 4,000 tickets. I think about 4,200. They're said it's a sellout. That's really good numbers for TNA. Usually it's about 1,000. So they're doing very well there. And just a couple of the matches. One interesting match, real quick. You got Moose putting on the TNA Heavyweight Championship on the line in a 6-way elimination match. People in that match is an elimination match too. Josh Alexander, Nick Nemeth, Frankie Kazarian, Steve Macklin, and Joe Henry. Do you guys think, with the popularity of Henry, do you think that they could pull the trigger and maybe make Henry the champion?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty interesting there. Another note, Stephanie Vaquer, who has signed with WWE, and the interesting part about that, she was on AEW 2 weeks ago on a Sunday for a pay-per-view, and a week later, she was at NXT in the back, signing the contract, basically, to go to WWE. It's been her lifelong dream. She's from Chile. She's been wrestling in Mexico for many years. Some people upset that, saying it's not fair to AEW. Look, you put talent on your show and you don't have them sign, that's on you.
Is that's a girl or the woman we watched?
Yeah, against Sasha Banks.
I watched a couple weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah, it's Sasha Banks. And we were both very impressed with her.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, you put people on there that's not signed with your company, you can't be upset if they go sign somewhere else. Now, she was signed with CML over in Mexico. They let her out of her contract. They did want her to do her remaining dates. That was this past weekend. She did not. She gave up the belts because WWE was in Mexico City this weekend, and she wrestled on their shows. They wanted her immediately. She will be going to NXT. And I did hear a couple of wrestlers, Conan, came out and defended her, said people don't understand. First of all, she's from Chile. She's not from Mexico. She goes over to Mexico, and she's not treated very good. Mexican women are not treated very good over there. And also, Thunder Rosa also said, man, you still over there, you're lucky to get $3 and a hot dog. A lot of the women over there. He said very, very poor conditions for women over there in Mexico. So the fact that she got this opportunity, she tried out for WWE 6-7 years ago. She didn't make it at that time. But she got the opportunity now. I think she's going to be a big star. She doesn't speak English. That could be something that hold her back a little bit, but there's ways around that. They've done it with Asuka. They've done it with others. But I think that's pretty interesting. Another real quick note, WWE Speed. I don't know if people have checked that out on Twitter. You can find the matches on YouTube, but they're currently average 1.5 million viewers per show on Twitter. That's pretty good numbers. So I don't know what the owner of Twitter paid for that show, but it seems like they're getting pretty good numbers. And got another piece of information, Marcus. I think you're going to be interested in this, and I just found out about this today. It's going to be on of all places on PBS, Public Broadcast System. It's going to debut on the North Carolina version of PBS on August 8th, 2024. It's called When Giants Walked Here, and it is a show on the rise and fall of the Jim Crockett promotion and professional wrestling from Dorton Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's what this documentary is on. Not done by the WWE or anybody. I forget the name of the guy. I'll be honest with you. I didn't write down his name, but he's an Emmy-winning guy that does documentaries. And it'll be after August 8th. As soon as it shows on there, you can find the premiere on the PBS app.
Wow.
So that's definitely something new. I think I know you was a big fan of NWA, and so was I. So it's definitely something I think worth checking out. It's going to be a different viewpoint. It's not from the WWE. It's not. So I may see some footage we've never seen before.
Hey, how's it going, Hank?
Oh, Hank.
Yeah, he's not quite bad mouthing. He's bad mouthing us, Tony, but he didn't say hi to us.
Okay.
He said hi to Kelly and Chris and Danger, but he don't care for us right now.
And Billy's giving me a hard time about my pronunciation of Louisville.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Brother BKL Contreras, also known as Sport Entertainment Guy.
And he's from the Bronx, South Bronx, New York. That's
At
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. One thing real quick, Marcus, I know you checked it out, or at least some of the show. I finally got to watch all of it. There was a big show MLW had this past Saturday night. It was free on YouTube. It's still on there. You can check it out. But they had a main event of Matt Riddle against Sammy Callahan. They took down the ropes, and it's basically anything goes. That was a pretty interesting match. It was a little bit different. I agree. Me and Marcus talked about that. We said about that too. You got Riddle coming out with basically no clothes on, just his little shorts, and he's getting hit with everything. I mean, he's getting hit with bats, with barbed wire, and the chest and the stomach, and no
blast, and
yeah. It was definitely a different match for sure. Marcus, what do you think about it?
I thought it was a good match, but like you said, Riddle only being there basically in his shorts, and the ending, if you know anything about Sammy Callahan, that submission was not ready for that. Especially with all he was doing was putting the ring rope that they had taken down and straddled him with it. That I don't know why he would have given up for that. It made no sense. The match was good. I liked the way how they were conservative with the glass, with the beer bottle, because it didn't shatter everywhere. So if you do that, I thought that was good. The barbed wire was good, but no blood, which made no sense. Me and you talked about that.
Yeah.
And the fact that the ending was really quick and made no sense, because Sammy Callahan's known as hardcore and aggressive, and for him to quit with that reason, it made no sense. It was not like him to quit like that. But
and it's not too often that Callahan in those type of matches he don't bleed.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about pro wrestling. Sometimes is you'll see blood when you shouldn't, or there's no need for it. And then when there should be blood, there's no blood.
Well, they use barbed wire and glass and staples. And there should have been blood everywhere.
I didn't watch the whole match, but I saw when I first started watching it, he was taking that barbed wire and raking it across his face and stapling him everywhere. and there was no blood at all. That's why I told Dad, I was like, there should be blood here.
Yeah, and this, what is that, brother? This new fella here, brother. I agree. Sammy Callahan is a deathmatch guy, and he knows how to bleed, and he wouldn't have submitted to that kind. I mean, he's tough. He wouldn't have submitted to whatever that rope across the mouth was. That made no sense for him too. That kind of degraded him and his history of what he's known for. It's like it made no sense.
It had one other note that I didn't write down, but I just seen before we came on the air. It's been reported that AEW is going to try to do a stadium show in the United States in maybe January, talking about Dallas. Surely they're not talking about the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. It holds like 100-some thousand people. I don't know how AEW would do. They have trouble selling 3,000 seats in Texas. I don't, I mean, I want them to do good. I mean, I hope they wherever they go, that they do well. I just don't know if they're ready for that.
Is those shows that they did the David Von Erich Memorial shows, was that in, they called it Texas Stadium. Was that the same stadium that the Cowboys play in, or is that another stadium?
I think that might have been the original one where Dallas played. Yeah.
Is that still there, or?
They play in a new stadium now.
Yeah, I don't know if that one's still.
I don't know if that's still up or not.
Okay.
And there's probably other stadiums there. I mean, there could be. I don't know where the Texas Longhorns play. There's probably some football stadiums. I don't know what they're talking, but I don't know, man. That could be a big risk. You could really look bad if you only sell 15,000 seats in a 100,000 seat place. So
They could do it at that stadium where where they do the state fair, where they do that football game.
yeah, yep,
You know what I'm talking about?
yep. That might be a possibility.
And as AEW used to be in a building that big, don't they normally do Coliseum shows? And I mean, that's where they're at when they're in Indy. They hit the smaller building versus Conseco or Cambridge and Lucas. Yep. They're in that smaller building at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Do they do that everywhere, or? Because I don't watch AEW, I don't know.
It depends. I know right now they're getting ready to do a run actually in Texas, doing a smaller place they're doing several tapings at this one venue that only holds about 1,000 people, because I think they are trying to cut some cost. Because you're a lot of times they're paying for a 16,000 seat stadium, and they're only bringing in 3,000 or 4,000 people.
I think, Marcus, it depends on where they're at too. Because if they're in Chicago, they draw pretty good there. So I think they do use like wherever the Bulls play, the United Center.
Right.
But then there's a lot of other places, like you just mentioned, Indianapolis, and a lot of other places where they use smaller arenas and stuff, because they don't draw as much in them areas.
Right.
Well, I got one last thing for tonight. I got a bracket.
Which it kind of surprises me that they don't draw in Indiana more than what they do, just because Indiana's a pretty big wrestling state, really. So you would think they would.
First couple times they came here, they did 5,000 or 6,000. The last time 2,500.
Yeah,
they've dropped everywhere. Even Chicago, they've dropped. I mean, it's not like it was. They did that big show in Boston where they brought in Sasha Banks, and they had a hard time getting 9,000 in a 17,000 arena. They're just struggling for whatever reasons. I don't have the answers. I'm not saying I do, but it's been hard for them. And I think part of it is WWE's doing well now. Things were a little easier when WWE wasn't doing well. Vince was in charge 2019, 20, 21. Now that they're in a different direction, I think their products got better. The honeymoon phase is over in AEW, and some of their holes are showing, and they're having a hard time adjusting. Not saying they won't get adjusted. Hopefully they do. I think it's a plus to have as many companies as we can. Better for the wrestlers and better for fans. I got a bracket here: the greatest wrestling matches of all time. Now remember, I didn't do the brackets on this.
I was laughing when you said that.
First up, we got.
Can I add something before we get into this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go back to NWA Power. What do you think about this? If you want a shot at the higher belts, you got to relinquish the belt you have. I think that's interesting because it's the only place that does it. I know Silas Mason give up his, and didn't the tag team guys The Immortals give up their tag belts to get
Yep. They give
for
up their
Bloodforce Trauma.
they give up their United States titles to get an opportunity at the heavyweight championship.
I like that concept. I really do. I
It's
don't
different.
think. Yeah.
And it
I
was
don't-
something that you would see a little bit back in the old NWA. I can remember, I don't know if they had to relinquish it, but I can remember, I can't remember the wrestler. I don't think it was Arn Anderson, but there was a wrestler who had like the world TV title, and he wanted to go after the NWA championship. I don't think it was a thing he had to, but I think he relinquished it to put all his focus and trying to go after the main belt. So I've seen it before. I don't know, but if it was, it was a stipulation they had to do it, but yeah, it's been done 2 or 3 times in the NWA now.
I kind of like that idea. I mean, I really do.
Yeah,
These guys that walk out with 500 belts in the same organization. For one, like I said, some organizations oversaturate with the belts. That everybody, you're more of a star in these organizations. Some of them, if you don't have a belt, because the 90 other people that are in the ring with you do.
Yep.
But I kind of like that where they give up a belt to go higher. Well, you give up your belt and go up after whoever wins between Congo and Johnny Crisis Saturday. That's if Preston don't beat you.
Okay, the number 1 seed they have as the greatest match of all time was Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. And if Austin was on here, he'd probably be arguing for this one because he's a big fan of this match. Number 16 seed Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21. So guys out there, what do you think the best match was? It's tough for me because I really love that Shawn Michaels match, but Bret Hart and Austin was classic, and so much happened to them too. Going further in both those guys' careers.
I'm going Austin and Hart.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Anyway, I wanted to see what everybody else said before I said mine. Yeah, Austin and Hart. And
Next up, we got the number 8 seed against the number 9 seed. Number 8, the Royal Rumble match from 1992.
that's the one where Flair won the belt, right?
Yes. Probably my favorite Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Against number 9, Bret Hart against Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10.
Oh, damn.
That's rough. That's rough. There's some good ones on here. Some good matchups.
That's the Royal Rumble where he done the Tear My Eye promo.
Again, because of what happened, Bret and Hart was probably the better match, but I'm going to go with the Royal Rumble 92.
I'm going to go with Bret and Owen because of what was there. I like the fact that it's not fair to Flair, the entire literally broadcast.
Well, Bobby Heenan almost helped make that match.
But I'll go with Owen and Bret.
What do you think, Chris?
I was going to go with the Rumble, but it's not going to matter because everybody's going Owen and Bret.
Yep. And next up, number 5 against number 12. Number 5, The Rock and Austin versus WrestleMania 17 against the number 12 seed Jericho versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. What is X1X, Chris? I mean, is that 19?
19.
19.
I'm going Rock and Austin.
I'm going Rock and Austin also. Danger's going with Jericho.
That was a good match, too. I can't
Yes, it was.
dispute that either. So, yeah, it's split so far, it looks like.
It'll be Rock and Austin look like?
What did Chris say?
Rock and Austin.
Okay, next up, number 4 seed, Cena and Punk at Money in the Bank 2011 against the number 13 seed. I thought this was kind of a low seed. The Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian at WrestleMania 17. In the
I'm going with that. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
I think I go with Dudley and the Hardys and Edge and Christian also.
That was a TLC match, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the Dudleys, isn't it? Next up, we got number 6 seed, Savage and Steamboat from WrestleMania 3 against the number 11 seed, Triple H and Cactus Jack at Royal Rumble 2000. That's both really good matches.
I'm going to have to go Triple H and Cactus.
That's what I'm going with.
Really. Man,
Well,
Savage
I
and
know that
Steamboat.
shocked you, but that's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Savage and Steamboat. Okay, we're 2-2 on that right now.
Uh-oh. Looks like we might lose, Chris.
Oh, got another Savage.
And I can't dispute that because that was just as good. Uh-oh.
Oh, we got another one. We're tied.
Kelly tried to back
We're
that
tied
for
up,
us.
guys. Yeah,
Justin
both.
Danger still in here?
Danger sent me his vote. He said Triple H and Cactus.
Did he? Well, you lying to me. Don't be doing that call that crap.
Well, you don't have to deal with them this weekend. I do. So
That's true. Guys, I need another vote so I can. We're tied 3-3. I don't know if we'll get another vote. Okay. Billy Buzz's wife said.
his wife said Savage.
Okay, we're going with Savage and Steamboat.
Well, my wife said Triple H and Cactus, but she's already on there. So
Next up, number 3 seed, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10. That was the first
Ladder
ever ladder
match.
match against. It's a good match too. Number 14 seed Brock Lesnar versus Eddie Guerrero. No Way Out, 2004.
I'm going with Ramon and Shawn.
I agree.
WrestleMania 10 was a damn good WrestleMania. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was.
Even though I thought Owens should have been taking on Yoko in the main, it was still a pretty solid show.
I'm going Razor and Michaels as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Okay. Next up, number 7 seed, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood, 1997. Against number 10, Bret Hart and the British Bulldog at SummerSlam 1992. That was over in England. I'm going with the number 10 seed. I'm going with Bulldog and Bret.
See, and I'm going Taker and Michaels.
Remember, this is the Bad Blood one, 97. That's not the WrestleMania one. I don't know if I just want to make sure you know that.
Is that the Hell in Cell?
I think it is Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going with then.
Very good too. Undertaker, Michaels, Taker. I think it's going to be.
I think me and you are the only one that went to Bulldog and Hart.
That's one of my favorite matches. I really like that match here in England. I think it's
That
going
was
to
a
be.
good match too. Yeah.
Okay, next up, we have number 15 seed, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2013, taking on number 2 seed, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25.
So they're on there twice.
Undertaker and Michaels at
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'll do that as well. So you got 3 out of 4 people on that setup that I don't really care for. You got Michaels, Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk. So,
Yeah.
but I guess I'll do the Taker and Shawn because it's the one guy I like. But
I think this could be an interesting matchup here. Number 1 seed against the number 9 seed. Hart and Austin against Owen and Brett.
I knew you'd do that. I knew you.
That's the way it came out.
I know, geez, because I knew this was going to get rough when we went to the next round.
Yep. Which match did I like better? Personally, I like Owen and Brett better. I'm going with that.
Yeah, I'm on with Owen and Brett as well.
I don't know. It's tough.
It's very hard.
It's not going to matter because everybody's saying Owen and Brett.
Yep. That's number 10 seed.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Next up, we got number.
Because Brett and Stone Cold are 2 of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also an Owen fan.
Next, number 5, Rock and Austin, WrestleMania 17, against the number 13 seed, the Dudleys, Hardys, Edge and Christian, at WrestleMania 17 in the TLC match.
TLC match.
I preferred the TLC match too.
Yeah. I agree.
So we got 3 TLCs. We'll see what people got to say here. If it's going to change. I don't think it's going to. Yep.
No, because Robert said TLC, but Billy said TLC.
So, guys, we got on that side of the bracket in the semifinals, we got, according to this bracket, a number 10 seed against a number 13 seed. But there's some very good matches on here.
Oh, yeah, I have it. They're all good.
Next up, number 6 seed, Savage and Steamboat, WrestleMania 3, against the number 3 seed, Razor and Shawn.
Damn it. Now, see, I knew you would do that.
I can't help it.
See, now I'm mad because these are making me decide.
I'm going Razor and Shawn.
I'm going Razor and Shawn.
And that's tough. So I really love that Steamboat match.
2 different styles. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Savage and Steamboat still may get it.
I still got to vote. What are you going to do, Tony?
Yeah, you go see what everybody else does.
I'm trying not to look at it. I'm going Savage and Steamboat.
That's probably what's going to get it anyway.
It's looking like.
Got 3, but wait a minute. You got. Well, you got only 2. You got Razor and Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't got Kelly's vote yet.
Yep.
And, yep, she done us in, Marcus.
Yeah, she did. That don't surprise me, Chris.
Okay, this one here. This is interesting. We got the number 7 seed, Undertaker and Shawn at Bad Blood, against the number 2 seed, Undertaker and Shawn at WrestleMania 25.
Damn it. I want the one that was the Hell in the Cell. I'll pick Undertaker and Shawn.
Yep, I'm going Undertaker and Shawn too at 25.
I want the Hell in the Cell one.
Okay, you're going to Hell in the Cell.
Okay.
I'm going with, well, it's going to be Undertaker Shawn either way, but
I'm going with the WrestleMania one.
I'm going WrestleMania 1 also.
Looks like that's going to be Mania anyway.
Tell you what, we got a good Final 4 here. Next matchup is Owen Hart against Brett against the Dudleys, WrestleMania 17. Dudleys, the TLC match with all them guys, Edge and Christian and the Hardys.
I'm going Owen and Brett.
Man, it's hard.
I think I'm going to go Owen and Brett as well.
Oh no, it starts split up on the screen again, isn't it?
Got to vote.
Right now, we're Owen and Brett's ahead.
I'm going TLC. See if I
That
ties
may
it.
have tied it. That probably tied it.
Wait, Marcus, you said Owen and Brett, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep, we're still up by 1. Owen and Brett by 1.
Okay. We'll
4 to 3.
go Owen and Brett. and they were a number. What seed were they originally?
9.
9 seed. Okay, we've got number 3 seed Savage and Steamboat against Undertaker and Shawn. They were a number 2 seed at Mania. Which
No.
match you guys like better?
Well, now I'm going to do Savage and Steamboat. Guys got to vote for him at least once.
Man, that's rough. Both those matches, by a lot of people, considered definitely. I've heard people say that Savage and Steamboat's the greatest match at WrestleMania. I've heard other people say this is the greatest match at WrestleMania. And there's others, don't get me wrong. Man, I'm going to take her and Shawn.
Oh, man. It's going to be close again.
Right now it's 3-2. What are you saying, Chris?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go Taker and Shawn.
You got ties us. That ties it up. I need another vote, guys.
Oh man, that is a close
Come on, guys. One more vote. You one for Savage and Steamboat or for Undertaker and Shawn at Mania?
They just said it. Shawn and Taker.
Okay, so our finals is Owen Hart and Bret Hart. They were a number 9 seed coming into this bracket. Bret against the number 2 seed,
Shawn and Taker.
Taker and Shawn.
I'm on Owen and Bret.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
I'm going Undertaker and Shawn. What do you think, Chris?
I'm gonna go with Owen and Bret.
Well, that's 4.
Yep, I think Owen and Bret's going to get it.
5. Yep.
Owen and Bret. That was a pretty good bracket.
Yeah, it was. That was probably the best bracket we've done in a while. Made more sense than some
That
of
was
them.
pretty good. Yeah.
You didn't have like
I could make some argument.
Hillbilly Jed taking on, or Hillbilly Jim taking on King Kong Bundy WrestleMania 3. You didn't have something stupid like that put on there.
No, that went on there. Well, no, Marcus? Am I remember right? Did Uncle Elmer wrestle at Mania?
If he did, he was at number 2. Yeah, he was at number 2.
I think it was 2. I thought it was 2.
Yeah, as part of the Hillbillies, him and Jim, and probably. Well, hang on. Let me look to see who it did. But yeah, that had to be the only one.
Yeah.
Hang on. Tell you who wrestled.
Okay, before we get out of here, we got a lot of shows this weekend. I assume Marcus will probably be going to WCW more than likely on Friday.
Yeah, that's our plan. WCW Friday, AACW Saturday, and AVW in Oakwood, Illinois on Sunday is our plan.
Okay, me and Chris will be Saturday at Word Pro at Fair Fight. Is that 3?
3.
Fair Fight 3. Should be a good show, and I believe that's a free show, or maybe I don't know if you got to pay to get into the fair.
Yeah, you got to pay to get into the fair,
but it's included.
But if you go between 1 and 2, the last couple of years, if you get through the gate between 1 and 2, you get in free.
Okay.
Now the show's not until 5:30. It's a later show.
I thought I seen 5:30.
6. I know it was later.
Did they change it?
I don't know. I thought I seen 5:30 on a poster.
But I think it's a later show than normal.
But
For some reason, I thought it was at 6. But
there's tons of shows in Indiana this weekend, especially on Saturday. You've got Game Changer Wrestling going to be in Indy, I believe at the Marriott. You've got
Adrian Adonis defeated Uncle Elmer. It was a singles match. 3 minutes and 1 second. All right, I'm sorry.
Will we be live? Chris, do we have internet up there? Belly Buzz is wondering.
You could be live on Fair Fight Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You're outside.
We're
No,
outside.
are you in that? No, you're not outside. I think you're in that normal building.
I thought we was gonna be outside.
I think,
Maybe you're outside. I don't remember.
and I think we went live that first year when we was outside. I think we went live.
Okay, possibly live.
I'm pretty sure we'll be live.
Okay. I know you got some shows to get up still. A couple shows.
Okay, wait a minute. It says Bill on the flyer. It says Bill at 6.
But I think Buck said 5:30 earlier today too.
But up here in the writing, it says 5:30.
Oh, we'll have to double check that. But yeah, all kinds of shows this weekend. Independent wrestling for Indiana. If you like
Where is at Shelbyville? There's a lot.
Shelbyville, yeah, there's just tons of, and also like you said, the one in Illinois, our friend Cecil and them.
That's Sunday though.
Sunday,
Yeah.
on Sunday, definitely check that
And
out.
BMFX is on Sunday too in Lafayette. So
So I mean, there's all kinds of independent wrestling in Indiana. So definitely support some independent wrestling.
somebody's here from Warrior Pro, Chris. Fair Fight 3. What time's the bell time?
Yeah, because on the flyer it says 6, but on the Facebook post that Warrior Pro put out earlier, up in the top in the writing, it says 5:30. So I'm not
100% sure on that.
Warrior Pro Wrestling says 5:30. Okay.
Yeah, gonna be a lot.
I just knew on that flyer it said 6, so that's what I was going by until Marcus said 5:30. I was like, oh, okay.
A lot of good wrestling going on this weekend, so it should be a lot of fun. I think the weather's supposed to be pretty nice.
Oh, the fair changed it to 5:30.
Okay.
Is it an outside show or is it inside the building?
Yeah, we've done both. I like both of them too. Either way,
I like the horse arena. I like that year we done that.
that was cool.
I'd heard that's where it was going to be at this year, but
Yeah, you never know.
I'm not.
Yeah,
It's going to be where Fair Fight 1 was.
6 matches. So
6
should
big
be great.
matches.
Should be a great show. Yeah, I've seen some of the card. It's going to be
Yeah,
good.
I'm about positive we went live. We were able to get internet outside.
We did go live because I came home and while I was working up my photos, I was watching it.
Okay.
So it did go live the first year.
I was pretty sure we did that. We was able to get good enough internet that we did. So be in the arena and no intermission. So it'd be the same place as Fair Fight 1, and there's not going to be an intermission.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a
smart move.
That's a smart move.
I agree with that. Yeah, very smart. That should be a great show. They've all their fair fight. Well, War Pro does good work, period. But their fair fights have been extra good. So definitely check that out.
Zay versus Kripke.
Yep, that should be. It could be a main event match anywhere in Indiana. That's for sure. So it's going to be a great show, and I know ACW is going to put on a great show. I've seen some of that.
Danger and Preston, Congo Kong, and Johnny Crisis.
Yep.
Hank and
WCW
taking on Travis Southern and Damian DeVille, and Jensen's taking on Carter Kaufman. And I think that's all I know on those. So
should be a good show. And I know I've seen a few of the matches for the show for Sunday. What's the name of Cecil's promotion?
All Vermilion Wrestling.
Okay. I didn't want to butcher it because I didn't remember for sure. I didn't want to say wrong.
We also got WCWO on Saturday night as well.
Yes, WCWO. Friday and Saturday. They're in Martinsville on Saturday night. I know they're going to put on a great show. They always do. So, man, you talk about wrestling. Yeah. A lot of really good wrestling this weekend. So, plenty to do. Hopefully, you guys go out there and support independent wrestling. Also, again, I just want to shout out Rachel Armstrong for good luck to her for her Game Changer Wrestling debut Thursday night in Louisville, Kentucky. For Game Changer. And she'll be going up against Billy Starks. That's a name that a lot of people is going to recognize. And so that should be a lot of fun. So good luck to her.
A couple of the top talent ladies in the state or in the country.
Yeah.
In the world. We'll go the world because they've been everywhere now.
Yeah, they've been going everywhere, both of them. So, yeah, that should be a lot of fun. So check that out.
When I seen Rachel during the Bash Memorial, I says, it's been a while. She says, well, you got to come to Indiana to see me now. It's like, since you're an international star, you want to see me, you got to come to Indiana. It's like,
No, it should be a good weekend of wrestling.
just support wrestling. There's plenty of it out there. Certainly, you can find something you like.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good shows. I know, like you said, BMFX on Sunday. They do good work. a lot of good shows. So go out there and support independent wrestling. And that's all I got, guys. Everybody have a good night.
As long as internet is good, which I'm like I said, I'm 99% that we went live there last time we was in that.
Just make sure you take all your
Same
cords
place.
this time.
Yeah, that's the one we had problems that year.
I actually have an extra cord just for that.
Yeah, he carries an extra cord.
But no, so we should be live right around at 5:30
5:30
on Saturday as well. Hope to see a lot of people out there at the fair. Usually they always get big crowds out there, so it should be looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show. So definitely check out Warrior Pro and check out all the
it's outside, but it is under a cover because they're in the horse arena. So don't let the rain. If it does happen to rain, they are still going to be under shelter.
Yep.
So don't let that run you off. That's how you'll decide to go.
And you can even get out of the sun and be in a little bit of shade.
Yep.
And go get yourself a smoked sausage and a corn dog if you want. So
I will.
Funnel cake.
That's where they have the steak tips at. You had that last year.
yeah, that's what I couldn't remember what they were last year.
Hope everybody have a good night. Hey, check out Monday Night Raw tonight. I think Mommy's back. It's going to be a good one. That cracked you up, didn't it?
Yeah, because I was thinking about what Glenn said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
About you being excited that Mommy's back.
I am excited. Not maybe excited in the way he's saying. Glenn.
Did I tell you about the show in AACW last month? It was I can't remember. I think it was Carter Kaufman and Leela Feast, and those two hadn't even touched yet. And some 17-year-old kid goes, "This is awesome!"
Yeah, we was there. I remember
Okay,
that.
I forgot. Yeah, I'm not used to having you guys over there with me.
Yeah, we was at the other side of, we weren't allowed to be around you.
That's why you forgot, because we weren't allowed to be over there with you. We had to be on the other side of the gym.
I'm sorry. But I had to do commentary with Wiley, but that was funny. They hadn't even touched. This is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, X, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well, and Twitch. And we'll see you guys next time. And I'm going to the wrong button.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is G.W.R. show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on.